we talk about the familial role in the home, but then society, I think there's a huge return on investment there, right? And when we think about long term, we start off prenatally even before the child is even born. Then we calculate that out across the whole lifespan. It's our cradle through career, through death, I'd say return on investment. And it all starts prenatally through that age 5, which is so critical, right? And that's why we're all here, because we know that early childhood is important.
As a parent, we are our children's first teacher. And so I really had to hone that in and bring it back okay, you need to do whatever you have to do. I know you have to work, but you need to do whatever you have to do to make sure that he's getting what he needs, because I was afraid that he was missing out on that social time with other children, that he was missing out on really learning what he needed to learn at that critical age.
When I go into the classrooms at Educare, every single child is having an individual lesson. And those teachers are allowing the children to lead that learning, and they have this extremely nuanced skill set of being able to make a learning connection out of anything.
What some don't understand about Educare is that it is more than high quality early childhood care and education in a classroom setting. Our premise is built on using research, using data to ensure that we are amplifying the voice of what we're learning across this network so that we can change our policies and change these systems so that more children in America have an advantage of a high quality early childhood.
What do you see as early childhood education's biggest issue?
In terms of challenges, I think we've been through a lot, but definitely I think want to focus on the recruitment and the retention of our early childhood professionals. And I'm using the word professionals because I think that's one of the things that's missing nationally, right? A recognition of early childhood, not just as a field, as a workforce, but as a profession. It's lacking respect. We know that after the pandemic, it requires a lot. It's education. To be an early childhood professional, you have to go through formal studies. And oftentimes, unfortunately, it is just seen as a babysitting job. And it's not. There's so much more. There's studies of development that start from prenatal through 5, kindergarten, pre-kindergarten. So I'd say really it's the shortage across the nation for the professional field of early childhood. And it's not just recruiting folks in, it's how do we retain them and ensure that they don't leave us. Educare is not that. They go above and beyond. They're setting the bar high. They're a national model. They're a network that just sets precedent for what we should be doing, and not just through pay, but also the way that they're taking care of their professionals on the field, in the classroom, as teachers, as family engagement specialists, as disabilities coordinators, as administrators. Really, the support wraparound isn't just for the child in the classroom, for the family, but for the professional that goes day after day to take care of everybody. And so I'd say we really need to keep a handle on that to ensure that we can continue to offer quality early childhood experiences to children and families. We need those professionals to also be taken care of.
Only 11% of eligible children get early Head Start, and 30-some% of the preschoolers who are eligible for Head Start get that. And we know through research that these programs can have such a powerful impact on children for their short and long-term development. I always think about just the wasted human potential that is out there because we don't fund these programs at the level that can serve more children and families.
Educare doesn't happen if a couple of people don't step up in a community. And that means the early childhood providers, it means the school leaders, and it also means the private sector, and those philanthropists, their investments are so important. Philanthropists can invest in a couple of different ways. You can invest, directly in early childhood practice and see a big difference there. You can invest in supporting early childhood science and support some of the research that is absolutely essential to the continuous improvement that every Educare needs to continue to be a leader in this field. And you can also invest in Educare to be an agent of policy change. It's partnerships, it's relationships.